SR, it's gonna need it, buddy.
I got the big bottle too.
Ooh, baby, I love you.
Damn. I know it sounds funny, but put on the hood is honestly such a satisfying feeling.
You don't have to hold it up no more, bro.
There it is. Well, it's a little bit dark, but welcome back to another episode of Terry Thornberry Performance. You guys see we're with Dysfunctional. We showed you on the last couple of clips on basically a really brief short lesson on what we were doing to this thing. Now we're gonna give you a little bit of a bigger overtake on what we have already done to this old girl. You've already seen there's no more Z24i in here. You guys will see right now how dirty it already looked. Now she's got the SR20 notch top VVL, baby.
DE, baby.
Yes, and that's exactly what I was gonna say, DE. We actually went ahead and put on the bottom mount turbo manifold. For you old schoolers, you guys are gonna know on those Corollas, those Datsuns, they got those really cool, you know, basically wrapped around headers.
It's going for an era, a certain vibe,
Exactly.
a certain look.
So this was me and Terry's best version of getting that style exhaust going without kind of going overboard on the budget.
Custom making, you know,
Yep.
having 2 to 3 weeks just to make them.
Just some headers, and we still got to do some modification.
Simple, quick, easy.
Yep. We went ahead and obviously did our full wiring tuck just like Fred. We already know it's dark in here, so once we bring it out to the light, we'll show you guys. But we just top it off with some fresh fluids. You guys just seen us putting the hood on. So let's shut this thing, let's start her up, let's bring her out in the sunlight. Let's give you guys a real breakdown on Dysfunctional, baby.
The ranchero vibe.
Yes, sir. I know it kind of sounds like a Z24i, I'll tell you that. You close your eyes.
Hold on. Hold on. You're good. Let's go. Oh yeah, baby. We got the ranchero vibes next to the hot boy vibes. Woo! So you guys see it, not one, not two, but there's gonna be 3 mini trucks sitting right here behind us, all 720s, all completed, motor swap, done by us. Truly. Let's go,
But
baby.
first of all, did you see one of the very first mods we did in our 720? So I just popped out of this beautiful, obviously this is Dysfunctional. Not only did we motor swap this thing, but me and Terry actually did one of the first things we haven't done in a 720.
That's
and
right.
that's install a full bucket seat. Not only just a bucket seat, but a full racing one, SFI approved. It's got the halos and everything, and I'll tell you what.
From Status Racing, so
Yeah.
a big shout out to them.
So just got out of that cabin, and boy, I'll tell you what, that's a really comfortable feel. Now, when you go to drive this thing, when you go to pop the hood and show it, and not only show it, but when you want to go and drive it, you have everything backed up.
The
so you can actually
full
have a fun drive.
drivability, baby.
Yep. So we've already told you in the shop, we went ahead and we did the SR20 notch top VVL DE went ahead and did our little exhaust manifold just to make it a little bit more spicy on the exhaust side. We went ahead and did, what was that?
We also went with a V-band on the exhaust side instead of the original 4-bolt flange that the turbo would all obviously bolt up to. So it's actually a lot easier and more accessible when Jack and I go to work on it.
Not only that, big dog, it looks a lot better too.
That's
I'll tell
right.
you what. Because you can actually see a lot of the stuff that's going on in the engine bay. We did a full wire tuck just like Fred, so everything's wrapped around the fenders. So don't be alarmed if you want to do it, but you do have to do some wiring like we said in the last video. But moving on to the show, we went and did a full engine bay tuck so you can really show this motor case off. Same thing we did with Fred, and same thing we're doing with a lot of these mini trucks. It's cleaning up the wiring.
The
This
Queen, Poison Ivy, and a lot more to come that we haven't showed you guys yet.
This one is just basically the TTP engine bay sauce, is what we call it. Now the big difference is we know the paint not be so much eye appealing, but don't be alarmed. Me and Terry did wash it the best we can. But what we want to do with a lot of these, some of these customers is not give them already a running and driving, ready to go car like Fred, but give them a project car that down the road you guys can see evolve. Because trust me, you guys will be seeing this in a lot of our videos and at the shows, and we'll be at the shop getting a lot more upgrades done because this is not just the first off yet.
And a lot of these owners like to work on their own trucks as well, and they just bring it to Jack and I to give them an extra help and an extra kick.
Give them a good platform to start
to
off
actually
on.
do the full complete swap and help them out and get it actually going 100%.
So let's show you guys the B-rolls on the engine bay. Let's show you guys the interior because me and Terry honestly already done talking about this whole overview. It's time for you guys to see this old girl next to Fred, and to be honest, I think you guys already want to test drive. Wouldn't you say so?
Oh yeah.
Turns right on, baby. Nice and comfy in the status bucket seat. Like I said, this is definitely a first for me and Terry. We haven't had this luxury. We're idling, cruising. Let's go for a drive.
Let me know how she rips, potato chip.
So remember, guys, put more power into this thing to give it more reliability and to give the motor, to give the chassis more of a drivability right when it's on the freeway. It's not necessarily to be a rocket ship, because to be honest, if it wants to be a rocket ship, the suspension is gonna not make it. So we're driving. Floor it. Pipes, we're ripping. Now, if you mini truck owners drive basically that carbureted system, you're gonna know that once you do the fuel injected, you're gonna feel a big difference. Up with traffic, just some fourth gear. That's at the end of the day what we do with these swaps, is to make sure that you're now up to date with the whole driving on the freeway and everything like that. And when you want to load this stuff up, you're good to go. Let's head on back
How'd she rip, potato chip?
Bam, wham, thank you, ma'am. We're back here at the shop. We got both the mini trucks. I got my beautiful Fred, and I got my little Mijo, my son, Dysfunctional. So as you guys can see, I just took you on a little drive.
How'd it rip, big dog? How'd it rip?
First of all, it felt comfortable because of that beautiful stylish racing seat.
Shout out.
Nice job on that bracket design, dog. Also went ahead, I don't think we told you, but I don't think we told you, and it's actually funny because the color of that truck is the color of shifter we went in. Terry and I went ahead and installed a B&M short shifter in this thing. That's why it looks so nice and feels so great when I'm driving. And went ahead and threw on this OEM shifter because it all mounted up. Now coming to the main enchilada, you guys, we've already told you about this, what we've already done, and how she's looking. You've already seen how we drove, and I'll tell you what, I'll speak for yourself. You already know it drove great. Wonderfully driving, shifted into gears like it was nothing. It's ready now to experience new life on the road with an SR20 notch top DE in its Nissan 720.
And it's new home, baby.
Yep. So we've already did the Ks. It's time to do something different. And trust me, we still have a little bit of motor swaps underneath our sleeves that we need to do. And that being, yeah, that being said, we need to head back to the shop and finish a couple of the mini trucks that you guys know, and some of you don't know the deal. The great thing about this thing is it's not going anywhere. It's a good buddy. We're going to be seeing a lot at the meets. So when you guys see him, make sure you ask him questions. He sells a lot of cool, basically die-cast Hot Wheels, little really cool detailed cars. So you'll be able to pick him up at the meets, so don't be afraid. Ask him questions on how we did service for him and builds on your future.
His name's Alejandro, and his Instagram is rf_racing_720.
Yes, sir. So Terry already mentioned it. That's going to be his Instagram. You already know ours. Make sure to follow us. You guys are already going to see both of our trucks at the meet. So that's going to be wrapping up this video. Terry, you got anything to say?
And make sure you stay tuned for the next episode, because when I went inside, when I watched Jack take off, she gave me a nasty look. So it's time for us to hop back inside, finish Poison Ivy, and get her out here with the rest of the 720s, baby.
She's gonna start giving me a rash or something like that. So let's head on back to the shop. Let's close this hood. Let's give our good boy Alejandro a call. Let's get back in there and finish the rest of the mini trucks. And don't forget about those 240s, ladies and gentlemen. So keep on watching, stay updated. We'll see you guys at the streets, if not the streets, the track, or at the shop, baby.
But until further notice, keep liking and subscribing to our channel. Woo!